Hello everyone, this side Siddharth Dubey and today we are going to start a new course that is Basics of Stock Market. And in this course we will learn from the very basics to up to the how the applicability will end up to the applicability of stock market. So let's start. This is the course outline and this is not the complete course outline which we are going to do. And these are the first 5 lessons which we are going to do in the first 5 sessions. So let's move on. Okay, so before learning about stock market we have to learn that what are the more ways to invest including the stock market. And this is important because stock market is all about investing, trading and investing. And there are various other instruments, there are various other methods to invest. And sometimes these other methods are more convenient to invest to than stock market for certain peoples. So let's start further. So we have basically the four major categories of investment, that is fixed income instrument, equity, real estate and commodities. And talking about fixed income instruments, okay, so fixed income instruments are the securities, are the type of investment in which we have less risk but less return as well. And in this there are certain type of instruments which includes in this, such as FDs, which we generally deposit in our banks, bonds issued by the government of India, bonds issued by the government agencies, and bond issued by the corporates. So talking about further, if we talk further, we have provided by the banks. So if we completely delve into the matter, that yes, there are certain interest which is provided by the bank to us on our FDs. But if you completely calculates this, you will find out that these interests are very less. Okay, and usually interest of 6 to 8%. But for us, this seems like a good interest. Okay, but this is not a good interest. Even it is 10%, this is not a good interest. Yeah, even it is 10%, this is not a good interest because the time period which the bank is holding your amount is far greater in the sense that it holds your amount for 1 year, 2 year, maybe for 5 years. You have to be cautious about that. Investing in FDs is not that much profitable because in those 5 years inflation also went up much higher, and but your rate of interest which you are getting from an instrument is relatively same and accordingly quite less. But yes, at the same time it is also very less risky to invest your money as a FD in a bank. So talking further, uh, bonds issued by the government of India. Yes, okay, these are the bonds which are directly issued by the government of India. And some of the some of the public uh, some of the public instruments, public bonds are also included in this. And there are various government agencies which are related to government which also includes, uh, which also publish bonds, and people when they have to raise money, and general public can also purchase this. So So the companies, what are the government related companies? So these generally these are, we have heard about the LIC, ONGC, and NHAI. These institutions, these agencies also raise money through bonds. And similarly, the corporates also issue bonds to raise further amount for their, whatever the requirements they have. So fixed income instruments are generally for those people which does not want to invest higher, especially in the terms of risk, because there is a less risk involved in these kind of instruments. So moving further, equity. So our complete lesson is all about the equity. What is equity? Equity is, we generally heard about that when we purchase and sell the shares from the stock market. The stock market of India is Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. And generally the equity provides 14 to 15% compound annual growth return. Okay, and in some cases it is more than 20% as well, which were provided by the some companies which are performing well in the market. So we will talk about this further in further sessions when we will talk more about on the stock market. Real estate. Okay, real estate is itself a market, but the most disadvantageous thing is that this investment isn't measurable. Measurable in the sense we cannot measure what interest we are getting, either it is in affected by the inflation or not, or there are several other reasons which real estate should not be considered as a good source of investment, because it requires a heavy investment for purchasing a land or a commercial building or a property or anything else. If these all includes in the real estate. So there are two major drawbacks of real estate, investing in real estate. That is, firstly, there is no official metrics to measure it, that what amount of profit actually you are getting, and second is that yes, it requires a heavy investment, and not everyone can do such a heavy investment in, you know from the investment point of view. So last we are going to talk about the bullion. Bullion is when we invest in commodities in the sense gold and silver. Although these also provides return of generally 8 to 10%, and these are also a good way to invest. But usually people do not invest in this because they fluctuates a lot. Commodities bullions price fluctuates a lot along with the stock market, so people do not consider them purchasing. So we will talk about bullions further as well. So generally there are few forms of purchasing bullion, that is gold or silver. So that is in the form of jewelry that we typically purchase from a shop of jewelry, and in the form of exchange traded fund. In exchange traded funds we do not have the actual gold with us, we have a contract or that kind of thing, that yes, we own that much amount of gold. So talking further about the investment, there are few things which have to be taken into mind for uh, investment point of view, that yes, these are the various sorts of investment, but these can be chosen by the certain people according to their requirements, according to their risk appetite, according to their what are their conditions, what are their circumstances. For example, a young man, uh, a bachelor can invest higher in equity because he can take a risk, but a person having a responsibility in itself cannot invest in can invest in equity, but not up to higher extent, which involves a lot of risk. So it depends upon person to person. So one of the major thing is that risk and return go hand in hand, that higher the risk higher the return, and lower the risk lower the return. And as we talked earlier, that yes, the fixed income instruments has less risk involved. Your principal amount will be saved and you will get less return. But in the case of equity, it there is no guarantee that your principal amount will be saved. If you invested once, it is gone, and you will only be provided with the dividends. And we will talk further about what are the dividends and all. So for today's session, that's for all. That yes, these are the basic investment methods that we can invest in these kind of things. But ultimately, we will dwell in stock market from further lessons. So that's all about today's session. So thank you so much. That's all from my side.